everyone. Hello. Hi. Welcome to the newest Deadbeat Son, episode 27. How you doing? Thanks for being here. The date is January, it's 17th. It's the 17th already. Can you believe it? We're cruising into that new year. People don't even talk about resolutions anymore because it's so not going to happen. I'm coming in hot, folks. Coming in hot, fresh off the road. I just got back. I was drove from Las Vegas, Nevada. You may have heard of it. Sin City. People commit crimes there. So it was a good time. I was there all weekend. It was a long weekend. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Yeah, I was there all weekend doing shows, man, and it was a lot of fun. I was opening for Kyle Kinane. What a treat that was, let me tell you. I mean, that guy, I've been a fan of his for a good little while now, and man, he did not disappoint. He just absolute killer. The shows were incredible, man. They were just like, I mean, 6 shows, and I think 4 of them damn near sold out, and every single crowd was just unreal, man. It came in, they were good energy, they were good folk. It says a lot about the headliner, the kind of people that show up to the shows, and these were good folk, and yeah, Vegas is cool, man. It's good to get on the road because I'm reminded that pretty much everywhere is more diverse than here. When I perform in Utah a lot, and yeah, man, you just gotta I cannot get comfortable. You know what I mean? Performing for the same kind of people, white people, and so it's a good thing, And the jokes, honestly, a lot of my stuff did. I mean, I had good. They were all great, I did well on all of them, and jokes were working way better out there even than they do here sometimes, which is so cool. A lot of nice people, man. I had some people reach out, afterwards, telling me that they had fun and that they want to come see me again. So shout out to y'all if you're watching. One guy said, hey, he messaged me. He said, hey, I'm the guy from the bathroom, which, look, dude, I meet a lot of guys in the bathroom. You know what I mean? I don't know. Sorry, but everyone was cool, man. Even boyfriends were cool to me, which, doesn't happen a whole lot because, well, I guess, to kind of pivot a little bit, I have the theory, right? I have a theory that, every guy thinks he's funny, right? And, I stand by that. At the end of the day, a guy's going to think he's funny. And so what happens, a lot, and I think I may have brought this up on an earlier episode, is that they, after a show, if they're on a date, with their lady, and if they're, the girlfriend has some nice things to say to me afterwards, she'll come up and say, oh, yeah, this and that, what she liked about it, and this and that. And then I'll shake the boyfriend's hand, and it's always the hardest. I've never been shook harder in my hand than by the boyfriend of a woman who thinks I'm funny. There's some science going on there. What's that? Jeez, man. It's just like, look, bro. Man. I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? Well, I'm sorry that that your jokes are. I'm sure you're plenty. I'm sure you're funny, bro. Just relax. Maybe I'm just feeble. Hey, I'll be the first to admit. Maybe I've got maybe I've got glass bones in my hand. Maybe I'm made of silk. But I don't know. It's happened enough times, and like if a guy just comes up to me, even a visibly stronger man, which is a lot of them, comes up to me and shakes my hand, it's never like it's always fine. But it's the boyfriends that gotta just, yeah, how do you like that, funny guy, huh? Huh? You like that? No, dude. I don't like it. But I think that also has to do with, every guy thinking he's funny because he's sitting there with his gal and she's laughing up a storm. Maybe she's really, really laughing hard, and he's like, well, I never made her laugh like that. And then he's looking at me, looking at my pale ass on stage and going, I could fucking do this. He's either thinking, he's either thinking, well, I could do this. Well, I could do this, no problem. Or he's thinking, I could kick that guy's ass, which, whatever. A lot of people seem to think that these days, but I digress. I don't know. There's this weird thing going on with dudes' egos where they're just like, yeah, I'm also funny as shit, dude. Don't worry about it, All right, dude. You're not, though. A lot of you aren't. I just hate to say it. No, I don't. You're not. Every guy thinks he's funny, though. Every guy thinks he's funny, though, man. I'll tell you that. And like when people come up to me, when dudes come up to me after a show, if they're interested, or if I see someone just out who knows me, if they're like at all interested in doing comedy, first of all, they gotta tell you about it, and that doesn't go away. I noticed this with I was hanging out with Andrew Santino after a show when he came through town, and this dude who was just watching the show, found us after, and just gave Santino his whole story about like, yeah, and this is where I came from, this is where I'm going, this is why I'm here, and then going into stand up. Oh yeah, I'm a comedian, I'm a comedian just trying to make it, and they're all like a year in or 2 years in, and I remember with this guy specifically, he walked with us for like 2 blocks opposite the direction he was going. After he left, even Santino was like, what, there's no advice you can give them other than you got to just do it for 10 more years and then see if you like it still, It's really just like that. But, guys will come up to me. They'll say it to me, I'm sure, a lot more than they say it to him because he's, obviously super famous. They'll tell me, dudes will tell me if they're interested in stand-up that they're, I've been wanting to do it for a while. I have, I've been writing stuff down. I've been writing for a while. And then they've all got a half hour of jokes somehow, just already. Never tried stand-up. They're like, yeah, I got about a half hour, 25 minutes of stuff I've written. I'm like, no, though, you don't. Like, what? What, because it took you that long to read it back? No, man. No, you don't. You don't, buddy. I guess, I'm sure, I don't know. I never, when I was starting out, I wasn't thinking how much time do I have. I was just thinking, do I have anything that's funny at all? And the answer was no for so long, I had one thing that was like kind of funny, like my first joke that I liked. It was I would go on stage and go, I was raised by women. My mom and my aunts took care of me, and so I missed out on the male influence. It was mostly women um, raising me, and so I think I got my first period around 9 years old. That's when it kicked in. I was an early bloomer. That's what they called me. It was good though because I could help out the other girls when they started to get theirs, um, and that was it. That was like the funniest thing I could think of. And now that's probably like a trans hate crime now. You know what I mean? It's probably like to even say that would probably get me in trouble somehow. Anyway, um, every guy thinks he's funny, and every guy's got a half hour of material just ready to go, baby. Throw me in there, coach. I'm gonna do it. So yeah, the shows this weekend, it was myself. I did about a half hour, 25 minutes. Actually though, and then they had a local spot. They had a guest spot for the local guys, and they did their thing, man. And then Kyle went up and did his hour. Absolutely annihilated each time. So it was cool. It was cool, man. Vegas though. Vegas was neat. People. So the club that I performed at is not on the Strip. It's not in. It's not on Fremont. It's like in between. It's like a little. It's called the Arts District. It's a little hipster kind of area. There's a lot of bars or like breweries nearby on the same street, and so the people who came to these shows, most of them are people who live in Vegas, which is a absolutely bonkers concept to me. To be living there, it's like I imagine, so people, a lot of them are there for work and fine, make a living, do your thing. A lot of them are there because they choose to, which is just, how, why, It's the desert, but it's cold and raining, and I didn't go out a whole lot. I went out with Kyle one of the nights, and did a little walked around the casino for a little bit, and I like it just to see who's there, what's out there. I'd like to see what's going on, and just to see the different types of people, and everyone's there. Every kind of person is there. You got your cowboy boot wearing older black gentleman. You got your blue haired, pink hair. You got your old Asian guy with just a backpack just full of cash, like more cash than you could even comprehend. Like, people have so much goddamn money. It blows my mind how much money people have, and they're just like, it just means nothing to them. I don't know about you guys, but I'm still at a point where money means quite a bit. It means quite a bit, a lot to me. It's kind of a big deal still in my life, and I just can't. I heard. There's a guy walking around with like a Dora the Explorer backpack, and I saw him just take out just a stack of cash to put on a high roller table. I wasn't on. I was just watching. They wouldn't let me. I look like this. They don't let me. They don't want me nearby. But I did play. Hey, I played. Not the high roller stuff. I played some blackjack. Little $15 buy-in. Nothing crazy. And I've never like gambled before, so it was kind of neat. And I was doing this thing. I was doing this. I was hitting him with, I I was fucking on it, dude. And I didn't. I think I won like $15, and with the ATM fee being $8.50, I made $6.50 in Vegas. Yeah, baby. We took him down. What can I say? I took that place down. Had some. I got to hang with Kyle Kinane, man. It was the coolest. He's the coolest guy out there. He, you know, the people who came to see him were down for a good time. They're like smart. They were like with it. I mean, they were with it, baby. I was rolling up there. Early shows were better than the late shows, and we were trying to figure out why. And Kyle suggested that it might be, it's a long weekend. It's Vegas. People are drinking all day. Which, I mean, I don't know who. I don't know exactly, who the kind of the people that listen to this, but I'm not a big drinker. And I'll have a beer every now and then. Come on now. I'll have a beer, watch the game or something like that, or after a show maybe. But I've taken free shots from people who like my lyricism, and but it's few and far between. And the idea of just drinking all day, I'm not trying to discourage it. Hey, if that's your MO, seek help. Actually, yeah. Don't, maybe just see what's going on. Because man, even like in college when I was drinking more, the day was not an option, bro. I just could not. Dude, I get so sick when I drink. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like I poisoned my body or something. It's just insane. I get so sick the next day. And then everyone's got their, oh yeah, you gotta have this and you gotta have that. I've done it all, baby. I've tried it all. I don't know. I hear this IV drip stuff kind of works, but anyway, I've also like never really been in a situation where I was like, oh, I wish I was drunk right now, and that might not. Some of you might hear that and go, oh yeah, well you're a pussy then. But I'd rather, I don't know, I'd rather be like, I don't know, I'd rather be like freaking, I'd rather be on like, what would I rather be on? I don't know, like ecstasy, not ecstasy, but like, some like good stuff. Maybe morphine, that'd be cool. I don't know. It seemed like if it was good enough for dying soldiers in World War II, there must be something to it. I'm not condoning using that unless you need it. I don't know if it's prescribed. But yeah, the late shows, man, because this is what I was. People who go to an early show, this is like, the beginning of their night only, and it's all potential. It's all just like good energy. Maybe if they're maybe they're like pre-gaming at the show, which is fine because they're not getting too hammered at the show. Yet it's just it's happening. By the time they leave, maybe they're stumbling, but for the show, they're actually really good. But those late shows, man, the thing is, dude, people will just end up at a late show, and that's not what you want. That is not what you want in a crowd, in an audience member. You do not want them to be like, what's this? What's going on? Okay, yeah, let's do this. Whatever, go in here. There was people were pretty well behaved. There were a couple late shows though. People were just like fucking fucked up, dude. There was a guy in like the front row to the side at the late show on Saturday who it was like he was sitting there, and then it was his buddy and his buddy's girlfriend. Okay, and this guy was just not like nodding off. Like he was like so pissed drunk that he was like couldn't even stay awake, and he would kind of blurt things out. He kind of just like muster up somehow to get something out, and interrupted Kyle like a few times, and but he was just like he wasn't like heckling in being mean. He was just talking to Kyle on stage while Kyle is trying to do jokes. And that's a that's a tough situation because it's like or he would say something like kind of nice. Kyle would say something discouraging about himself, and then this guy would be like, "Nah, you're not like that," or "I love you," you know. And it's like it's tough because it's like you gotta keep him quiet because it is ruining the show, but also, you know, but it's not like he is just saying nice things. So it's a very tricky situation to be in. Kyle handled it very well though. Yeah, those late crowds, man, they were something else. Yep. I don't know, man. Um, have you kept up with your high school friends? Do you keep up with your friends from high school or people that you knew in high school? Because um, if you want to know what they're up to, most of them are just gaining weight and not doing a whole lot. It's very interesting. I forgot about that. You know, you hear the statistics about like weight gain and or obesity in the country, and it's like yeah whatever. But then it's like oh that's gonna happen to people I know and I used to know. I feel like um, that's where those police sketches get things wrong a lot when they're like someone's gone missing. They always just like they keep them the same size, just older. It's like throw a few pounds on. Let's throw some McDoubles in there. You know what I mean? Because odds are, yeah, odds are, that's what's going on. So, um, anyway, that's what your high school friends are up to, in case you were wondering. So, it was cool, man. It was cool. I also learned on the trip that I can't ever stop working. I have to every day I got to be doing stuff, whether it's clips, whether it's writing, whether it's editing, which is clips, or performing. I went to Vegas and part of me was like, oh, get to chill for a few days, do the shows, have a nice time. But then day 2 or 3 hit, and I was like, oh, no, I can't do that. I have like this mountain of shit that I need to catch up on because I'm a freaking silly goose, you know, and that's just where it's at. Like, and it's a good thing to have. It's a good problem to have. And if you can if you can get to a point where you have more work than you're able to do, that's a good thing. If you're as long as you're making money off of it, but and try to do it as soon as possible. If you can, find something that you care about that you are good at as well and can see yourself making a living off someday, you gotta give it your all, like now. People, a lot of people just realize too late, and they wake up and they're like 36 and they're like, oh shit, oh man, whoops. The sooner you can do it, the better. And if it takes that long to figure it out, no shame in it, but get going, that's what, I am pushing myself a little too much probably, and I'm burning the candle at like 6 different ends, but the way I see it is like I got to do it now, It's like it's not even candle burning. I straight up lighting a spark, and it's a long one. It's headed straight towards like a firework gift shop. with some kid working in the back, like my cousin of mine or something. But anyway, all right, that's gonna do it for today. Happy MLK Junior weekend. Come check me out. I'm headlining. Okay, wait. In next week, I'm going to Austin in Louisiana to do shows, and then so you can get tickets to that at my website, trélamb.com, and then the February 3rd and 4th, I'll be headlining the Wise Guys in Jordan Landing. Get tickets to that at wiseguys.com. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll get to some write-ins next week. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks. Take care.